Me Betty be hearty soon.
Out of here!
Me Betty no
Out of
gonna
my
die.
sight! Out of my... Oh, Betty child. Dear child. Will you wake? Will you open your eyes? Betty! Little one!
Uncle, Susanna's here from Dr. Griggs.
Oh, let her come.
Come in, Susanna.
What does the doctor say, child?
He bid me to come and tell you, Reverend Sir, that he cannot discover no medicine for it in his book.
Then he must search on.
Aye, sir, he's been searching since he left you. He bid me to tell you that you might look to unnatural things for the cause of it.
No. There be no unnatural causes here. Tell him I have sent for Reverend Hale of Beverley, and he will surely confirm that. Tell him to look to medicine and put out all thought of unnatural causes. There be none.
Aye, sir, he bid me to tell you.
Speak nothing of it in the village, Susanna.
Go directly home and speak nothing of unnatural causes.
Aye, sir, I pray for her.
Uncle, the parlour's packed with people. You'd best go down tonight yourself. I'll sit with her.
And what shall I say to them? And my daughter and my niece I discovered dancing like heathen in the forest.
We did dance, and tell them I confessed it, and I'll be whipped if I must. But they're speaking of witchcraft, Uncle. Betty is not witched.
Abigail, I cannot go before the congregation when I know you haven't opened with me. Tell me what you've done with her in the forest.
We did dance, and when you leaped out of the bush so suddenly, Betty was frightened. She fainted, Uncle. There is the whole of it, I swear.
Child, sit you down.
I would never hurt Betty. I love her dearly.
Now look you, child. Your punishment will come in its time. But if you traffic with spirits in that forest, I must know it now. For surely my enemies will, and they will topple me with it.
But we never conjured spirits, Uncle.
Then why can she not move herself since midnight? This child is desperate. It must come out. My enemies will bring it out. Abigail, do you understand that I have many enemies?
I think so, sir.
There is a faction in this church sworn to drive me from my pulpit. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Now then, in the midst of such disruption, where a house becomes the centre of some obscene practice, abominations are done in the forest.
It was sport.
You call this sport? Abigail, I saw Tituba waving her arms over that fire, and there were gibberish coming from her mouth. Why was she doing that?
She always sings our Barbados songs and we dance.
I cannot believe what I saw, Abigail. I saw a dress lying in the grass.
A dress?
Aye, a dress. And I thought I saw someone naked running through the trees.
No one was naked. You mistake yourself, Uncle.
I saw it! Now tell me true, Abigail, and I pray you feel the weight of truth upon you. For now my ministry is at stake. My ministry and perhaps your cousin's life. Whatever abomination you have done there, give me all of it now. For I dare not be taken unaware when I go before them down there.
There's no more, I swear it, Uncle.
Abigail, I've given you a home and put clothes on your back. Now tell me true. Your name in the village, it is entirely white, is it not?
Why speak of my name? Why, I'm sure it is. There be no blush about my name.
Is there any reason other than what you have told me for you being discharged from Goody Proctor's service? I have heard it said, and I tell you only as I have heard it, that she does not come to church anymore, for she dare not sit near something so soiled.
She hates me, Uncle. For she must. For I would not be her slave. She's a cold, bitter woman.
She may be. And yet it disturbs me that since then, no other family has called upon you for service.
They want slaves. Not such as I. Let them send to Barbados for that. I will not blacken my face for any of them. Do you begrudge my bed, Uncle?
No.
She's telling lies about me. She's a cold, snivelling liar.
Abigail, I did not mean to offend you. No, I cannot have... My Goody Putnam, come in.
It is a marvel. It's surely a stroke of hell upon you.
No, Goody Putnam, it's nothing...
How high did she fly? How high?
She never flew at all.
Quite sure she did. Mr. Collins saw her going over in this old barn and come down light as a bird, he says.
Now look you, Goody Ann, she never... Well, good morning, Mr. Putnam.
It's a providence this thing's out now. It's a providence.
Well, what's out, sir? What do you
Why?
mean?
Her eyes is closed. Look you, Anne.
Why, that's strange. Ours is open.
Your Ruth is sick.
I'd not call it sick. The devil's touch is heavier than sick. It's death, you know? It's death driving into a forked hoof.
Oh, pray not. Why, how does Ruth ail?
She has as she must. She never waked this morning, but her eyes opened and she walked. As she hears naught, sees naught, and cannot eat, her soul is taken surely.
They say you've sent for the Reverend Hale of Beverley.
A precaution only. He has much experience in all demonic arts, and I
He
hope...
has indeed, and found a witch in Beverley just last year, and let you remember that.
Now, Goody Ann, they only thought there were a witch there, and I am certain there be no element of witchcraft here.
No witchcraft? Now look
Thomas, I pray you. I know you, Thomas. You least of all would ever wish such a disastrous charge laid upon me. We cannot leap to witchcraft, though how may I have to say them for such corruption in my house?
Mr. Paris, I have taken your part in all contention here, and I would continue, but I cannot if you hold back in this. There are hurtful, vengeful spirits laying their hands on these children.
But Thomas, you cannot...
Anne, tell Mr. Paris what you've done.
Reverend Paris, I've laid 7 babies unbaptized in the earth, and believe me, sir, you have never seen more hearty babies born, and yet each wither in my arms the very night of their birth. I have spoke nothing, but my heart has clamoured invitations. And this year I see my Ruth, my only, I see her turning strange. A secret child she has become this year.
She shrivels like a sucking mouth is pulling on her life too.
But why send her to Tituba? What does Tituba know about such things?
Tituba knows how to speak to the dead, Mr. Paris.
Goody Ann, it is a formidable sin to conjure up the dead.
I take it on my soul. But who else may surely tell us what person murdered my babies?
Woman, you cannot say such things.
They were murdered, Mr. Paris. And mark this proof, mark it. Last night my roof were ever so close to their little spirits. There are wheels within wheels in this village and fires within fires.
Don't you understand it, sir? There's a murdering witch among us, bound to keep herself in the dark. Let your enemies make of it what they will, you cannot blink it more.
Then you were conjuring spirits last night.
Not I, sir, Tituba and Ruth.
Oh, Abigail, what proper payment for my charity. Now I am undone.
You are not undone. Let you take hold here. Wait for no one to charge you. Declare it yourself. You've discovered witchcraft.
In my house. In my house, Thomas. They will trouble me with this.
Your pardons. I only thought to see how Betty is.
Why aren't you home? Who's with Ruth?
Her grandma came. She improved a little, I think. She gave a powerful sneeze before. Oh, there's a sign of life. I think no more, Goody Putnam. It were a grand sneeze. Another like it would shake our wits together, I'm sure.
Will you leave me now, Thomas? I'll pray a while alone.
Uncle, you prayed since midnight. Why did you not go down?
No, I have no answer for that crowd. I shall wait until Mr. Hale arrives. If you will, Goody Ann.
Now look you, sir. Let you strike out against the devil and the village will bless you for it. Come down, speak with them, pray with them. They're thirsting for your wordness, so surely you'll pray with them.
I'll leave them in the sun. But we will speak nothing of witchcraft yet. I will not discuss it. I have had enough contention since I came, and I want no more.
Mercy, you go home with Ruth, do you hear? Aye, Mum.
If she starts for the window, call for me at once. There is a terrible power in her arms today.
How is Ruth sick exactly?
It's weirdish. I know not. She seems to look like a dead one since last night.
Betty. Betty, it's Abigail. Wake up, Betty.
Have you tried eating her? I gave Ruth a good one to wait for a bit. I'll do.
No, listen. If they question us, tell them we danced. I've told him as much already.
Aye? And what more?
He knows Tituba conjured Ruth's sisters to come out of the grave.
And what more?
He saw you naked.
Oh, Jesus.
What do we do? The village is out. The whole country is talking witchcraft. They'll be calling us witches, Abby.
She means to tell, I know it.
We've got to tell. Witch was a hanging error. A hang like they done in Boston 2 years ago. Abby, you'll only be wit for dancing and the other things.
Oh, right, we'll be wits.
I never done none of it, Abby. I only looked.
Oh, you're a brave one for looking, aren't you, Mary Warren? What a grand peeping courage you have.
Betty. Betty, it's Abigail. Betty. Ma, you seem improving. I've talked to your papa and told him everything. So there's nothing to... Betty! I want my mama! Betty. Betty, what ails you, dear? Oh, fly to mama, let me fly. He knows now. He knows now. I told him everything. You drank blood, Abby, you did. You will never say that again. You will never.
You did. You drank a charm to kill John Proctor's wife. You drank a charm to kill Goody Proctor.
Shut it!
Ow!
Now look, you. All of you. We danced. And Tituba conjured And that is it. And mark this. Let either of you breathe a word, or the edge of a word about the other things, and I will come to you in the black of some terrible night, and I will bring with me a pointy reckoning that will shudder you. Oh, and you know I can do it. I saw Red Indians smash my dear parents' heads against the pillow next to mine. So you know, I have seen some pretty reddish work done at night, and I can make the both of you wish you had never seen the sun go down. Now sit up, Betty. Come on, stop this, Betty.
Abby, she's going to die. She's in the conjure.
I say shut it, Mary Warren.
Why? Mr. Proctor, I was just going home.
Be you foolish, Mary Warren? Be you deaf? I forbid you leave the house, did I not? Why should I pay you? I'm looking for you more often than my cows.
I only come to see the great doings in the world, sir.
I'll show you a great doing on your arse one of these days. Get you home. My wife will be waiting with your work.
Hi, Bestie. Off I got my reach watch. Good morning, Mr. Proctor.
I almost forgot how strong you are, John Proctor.
What's this mischief here then?
Oh, she's only gone silly somehow.
The road past my house is a pilgrimage to Salem in the morning. The town is mumbling witchcraft.
Oh, Posh. We was dancing in the woods last night, and my uncle leaped in on us. She took a fright, is all.
Aye. You're wicked yet, aren't you? You'll be cut from the stocks before you're 20.
John, give me a word. A soft word.
No, Abby, that's done with.
You came 5 miles to see a silly girl fly, I know you better.
I came to see what mischief your uncle be brewing now. Put it out of mind, Abby.
You'll surely be sporting with me.
You know me better.
And I who clutched my back and sweated like a stallion whenever I come near. Or did I dream that? It was she that put me out. You cannot pretend to be you. I saw your face when she put me out, John Proctor. You loved me then, and you do now.
That is a wild thing to say.
A wild thing. You may say wild things, but not so wild, I think. I've seen you since she put me out, John. I've seen you nights.
I've hardly set foot off my farm this past 7 months.
I've a sense for heat, John. John, and yours has brought me close to my window. Do you tell me that you've never looked up at my window?
I may have looked up.
And you must. You are no wintry man, John. I know you. I know you.
Abby, I may have thought of you softly from time to time, but I will cut off my hand before I reach for you again. Put it out of mind. We never touched.
Oh, how a marble have such a strong man may have a sickly wife.
You will speak nothing of Elizabeth!
I looked for John Proctor that took me from my seat and put knowledge in my heart and never knew what pretend Salem was. I never knew the lying lessons that was taught by all those Christian women and their covenanted men. And you bid me to have light out of my eyes. I will not. I cannot. You loved me then, John Proctor, and whatever sin it is, you love me yet. John, pity me. John, pity me. Betty!
Girl! What ails you? Stop that howling!
What are you doing here? Betty!
Stuff like this.
Betty!
The sound, she cannot bear to hear the noise now.
Nasty, run to the doctor. Tell him what you've seen here. Betty!
It's a marvellous sign, good enough. It's a ridiculous sign. My mother told me that once. When they cannot bear to hear the name of
No!
the Lord.
Don't tell good enough. We're lost. She suddenly can't bear to hear the Lord's name.
There's a hard sickness here, Judge. So please to keep it quiet.
I didn't say a word. Nobody can say I said a word. Is she gonna fly?
Now be quiet now. What have you done?
What do you make of it, Rebecca?
Good enough. Will you go to my roof and see if you can wake her?
I think she'll wake in time. Pray, calm yourself. I have 11 children and I'm 26 times a grandma. And I've seen them all through their silly seasons. And when it come on them, they will run the devil bow-legged, keeping up with their mischief. I think she'll wake when she tires of it. A child's spirit is like a child. You can never catch it by running after it. You must stand still. And for love, it soon itself will come back.
Aye. That is the truth of it, Rebecca.
This is no silly season, Rebecca. My Rose is bewildered. Rebecca, she cannot eat.
Perhaps she is not hungry yet. I hope you've not decided to go in search of blue spirits, Mr. Harris. I've heard promise of that outside.
A wide opinion's running that the devil may be among us, and I would satisfy them that they're wrong.
Then let you come out and call them wrong. Did you consult the wardens before you called the minister to look for devils?
He isn't coming to look for devils.
Then what is he coming for?
There'll be children dying in the village, mister.
I have seen them dying. Did you call a meeting?
I am sick of meetings. Cannot the man turn his head without he have a meeting?
He may turn his head, but not to hell.
Pray, John, be calm. Mr. Harris, I think it best you send Reverend Hale back as soon as you come, as this will set us all to arguing again in the society, and we thought to have peace this year. I think we ought to rely on the doctor now, and good prayer.
But Rebecca, the doctor's baffled.
If so he is, then let us go to God for the cause of it. There is a danger in the seeking of blue spirits. I fear it. Let us rather blame ourselves.
How may we blame ourselves? I am one of 9 sons. The Putnam seed has peopled this province. And yet, I have one child left of 8. And now she shrivels.
I cannot fathom that.
But I must. You think it's God's work that you should never lose a child, nor grandchild either, and yet I bury all but one? There are wheels within wheels in this village, and fires within fires.
When Reverend Hale comes, you will proceed to look for signs of witchcraft here.
You cannot command, Mr. Paris. We vote by name in this society, not by acreage.
Never heard you so worried on that society, Mr. Proctor. I don't think I saw you at Sabbath meeting since snow flew.
I have enough trouble without I come 5 miles to hear and preach nothing but hellfire and bloody damnation. Take it to heart, Mr. Paris. There be many others who do not come to church because you hardly ever mention God anymore.
That's a drastic charge.
It's somewhat true. There are many that quail to bring their children.
I do not preach for children, Rebecca. It isn't the children who are unmindful of their obligations towards this ministry.
Are there really those unmindful?
I should say the better half of Salem village.
And more than that.
Where is my wood? My contract provides I be supplied with all my firewood, and yet I wait until November for a stick, and even then I have to show my frostbitten hands like some London beggar.
You're given £6 a year for that firewood.
I regard that £6 as part of my salary. I am paid little enough without I spend £6 on firewood.
60 plus 6 for
The
firewood.
salary is £66, Mr. Proctor. I am not some preaching farmer with a book under my arm. I am a graduate of Harvard College.
I am well versed in arithmetic.
Mr. Corey, you will look far for a man of my kind at £60 a year. I am not used to this poverty.
Mr. Paris, you are the first minister ever did demand the deed to this house.
Man, doesn't a minister deserve a house to live in?
To live in? Aye. But to ask ownership is like you will own the meeting house itself. The last meeting I were at, you spoke so long on deeds and mortgages, I thought it was an auction.
I want a mark of confidence is all. I am your 3rd preacher in 7 years. There is either obedience or the church will burn like hell is burned.
Must we speak 5 minutes without landing in hell? I am sick of hell.
It isn't for you to say what is good for you to hear.
I may speak my heart.
What are we Quakers? We are not Quakers here yet, Mr. Proctor, and you may say that to your followers.
My followers?
Aye, there is a faction in this church. I am not blind. There is a faction and a party.
Against you.
Against him and all authority.
Why? Then I must find it and join it.
He does not mean that.
He has confessed it now.
I mean it solemnly, Rebecca. I like not the smell of this authority.
No, you cannot break charity with your minister. You're another kind, John. Clasp his hand. Make your peace.
I have a crop to sow and lumber to drag home. Come, Giles.
I've changed my mind of this man, John. You're obviously made of steel, Proctor. Paris, a big pardon.
Well, thank you, Giles.
It puts my mind to what's all the problem we've been having here all this time. Everybody's suing everybody else. It's deep. As dark as a pit.
But Giles, be it the devil's fault that a man may not say good morning to you anymore without he be clapped for defamation.
Proctor, I've only just had £4 damages from you for saying that I burnt down your roof.
I never said such a thing. But I have paid you for it now, Giles. So I hope I may call you old without charge. Now come, help me drag my lumber home.
A moment, Mr. Proctor. What lumber is that you're dragging, if I may ask you?
The one out by the riverside in my bounds.
We've surely gone wild this year. What anarchy is this? That tract is in my bounds, Mr. Proctor. It's in my bounds!
In your bounds? I bought the tract from Goody Nurse's husband 5 months ago.
He had no right to sell it. It stands clear in my grandfather's will that all the land between the
Your
river.
grandfather had a habit of willing land that did not own belonged to him.
That's right,
I'd say plain.
he nearly tried to get rid of a few of my acres, but he knew I'd break his fingers if he tried. Come on, let's go and load that lumber. I've got a will to work now.
You'll fight to drag it home.
Hey? You know who'd win as well?
I'll have my men on you, Giles Corey. I'll clap a writ on you.
Pray, someone take these.
Now, Mr. Hale, it's good to see you again. My, they're heavy.
They must be, but they are weighted with authority, sir.
Well, you do come prepared.
We must come prepared if we are down to track the old one, sir. You must be Rebecca Nurse.
I am, sir. Do you know me?
It is strange how I know you. Whew. You look as though a good Christian woman would look. We've all heard of your great charities in Beverley.
Do you know this man, sir? Mr. Thomas Putnam and his good wife Anne.
Putnam? I did not think to find such distinguished guests within this village, sir.
It does not seem to help us today, Mr. Hale. We look to you to come to our house to save our child.
Your child ails too.
Her soul seems flown away. She sleeps, and yet she walks.
She cannot eat.
She cannot eat. Do you men have afflicted children as well?
No, those are just farmers. John Proctor and Giles Corey.
And you don't believe in witches?
I never spoke on witches one way or the other. No, come, Giles, help me drag my lumber home.
No, I've got a few questions to ask this fellow. Reverend
I
Hale.
hear you to be a sensible man, Mr. Hale. I do hope you leave some of it in Salem.
Reverend Hale. Reverend, I have a problem with my wife. She's been reading books.
Why? What books?
She's been reading these books. When I try to kneel down and pray, she's reading these books and I can't pray. I have a stoppage of prayer.
The stoppage of prayer? Why, that is a queer one. We'll speak on this in a further matter.
No, I just wanted to ask you further, sir.
Aye, sir! We'll speak on this later.
Will you look at my daughter, sir? We found her this morning on the high road, waving her arms as though she'd fly.
She tries to fly.
She cannot bear to hear the Lord's name, sir. That's a sure sign of witchcraft afloat.
Before I proceed any further, I shall tell you now, if I find no mark or bruise of hell upon this child, and I say she is not down by Lucifer, then you must agree with what I say.
Aye, sir. We will abide by your judgment.
Good then.
What book is that, sir?
What's there?
Why, in this book you shall find all the invisible meanings of the world. In this book you shall find your incubi, your succubi, your witches that go by land, by air, and by sea, your wizards of the day and of the night. Here in these books we shall find all the devil's servants, and we shall track down the old one.
Will it hurt the child, sir?
I cannot be sure of that, I'm afraid. If the devil does indeed have a grip on her, we may need to pull her and tear her from that grip.
I think I'll go then. I'm too old for this.
Why, Rebecca, we may open up the boil of our troubles today.
Let us hope for that. I go to God for you, sir.
I hope you do not mean we go to Satan here.
I wish I knew.
Come, Mr. Hale. Let's get on with this.
Aye. I must warn you all first. In this room, you shall witness some unnatural, horrific moments. In this room, if you do not do exactly as I say it, when exactly as I say it, your soul may be taken from Lucifer himself. I shall begin. In nomine nomine Spiritus Sancti alii Infernos. In nomine Spiritus Sancti alii do Infernos. In nomine Domini Spiritus Sancti alii do Infernos. I am Reverend John Hale of Beverley. I am Reverend Hale. Betty, child, can you hear me? Child, does some manner of beast afflict you, child? Betty, can you hear me? Betty, please. I am Reverend John Hale. Betty, please. Give me a sign. Betty, you can trust me. Betty, please.
How can it be the devil? We have all manner of licentious people here in the village. Why would he choose my house to strike?
What profit would Lucifer gain by taking a normal spirit, sir? Surely the spirit of a minister, or someone even close to a minister, would gain so much more profit, sir.
Oh, that's deep, Mr. Hale, that's deep.
Betty, answer Mr. Hale. Betty!
I shall try again. Betty! I am Reverend Hale. Betty! I am Reverend Hale. Betty! Is Lucifer with you? Betty! Is some manner of beast afflicting you, child? Betty! Betty, please! Betty! Call out to me! Show me some form of sign! Betty! Do not let Lucifer take his magnets of soul away from you! Betty! Please! Show me some sign! I am Reverend John Hale! Damn it! Abigail, what happened on that night? Betty, what happened to Betty? What sort of dancing did you do?
Why, common dancing is all, sir.
I think I heard say, sir. There were a kettle lying in the grass while they were dancing.
That's what only soup.
Soup? What kind of soup?
Why, it were beans, lentils, peas. I think, sir.
I think there was some movement in the soup, sir.
Movement?
That jumped in. We never put it in.
What jumped in?
A frog.
A frog?
A frog.
Frog? Betty, please, you must tell us everything that happened that night. Betty could be dying as we speak. All the other childs and souls and spirits of this village could be dying, being taken by Lucifer. Please!
Hey! I didn't see no devil. Tituba!
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 Who is this Tituba?
Goody Ann, will you bring her up?
Did Betty drink the brew?
No, sir.
Did you drink the brew?
Tituba asked, but I swear, I refused.
Did you conjure any spirits that night?
No, sir. Betty. Betty, wait. Betty, wake up. Betty.
Abigail, why do you evade me, child?
I don't evade you. I never sold myself. I'm a good girl. I'm a proper girl. She made me do it. She made Becky do it. She makes me drink blood.
Blood!
My baby's blood. No, chicken blood. I give she chicken blood.
Chicken blood? Woman! Do you enlist these children for the devil's work? Tituba, please. I am Reverend John Hale of Beverley. You can trust me. You can confide in me. Please, tell me what happened that night. Please, her soul may be at risk here. Did you conjure any spirits, Tituba?
No, I don't sugar no devil, sir!
Tituba, please. I know that when we bind ourselves to hell, it is hard to break loose, but Tituba, please, do not fear.
She begged me conjure! She begged me make strong!
Send your spirit. out on me in church. You send your spirit out on me.
Why do you say that, Abby?
Sometimes I wake and find myself standing there in an open doorway with not a stitch on my body, and I always hear you.
She is lying! No, sir!
With your pathetic Barbados songs.
She's lying!
Tituba, Tituba. Tituba. When you was with the devil, Tituba, did he come with anyone else? Someone from the village, perhaps?
Sarah Good. Did you see Sarah Good with the devil? Or Goody Osborne? There was four! There was four!
Who? Their names.
Hunted me kill you, Mr. Paris!
Kill me.
He said, Mr. Paris must be killed. Mr. Paris no goodly man. Mr. Paris mean man, no gentleman. And he bid me rise out of my bed and cut your throat. But I tell him no. I don't hate that man. I don't want to kill that man. But he said, you work for me, Tituba, and I make you free. I give you pretty dresses to wear and make you fly way high in the air. And you're going to fly back to Barbados. And I say, no! You lie, devil, you lie! And then he come on storming up to me. He said, look, I have white people belong to me. So I turn and I look. And there was Goody Good!
Sarah Good.
I saw Goody Osborne!
I knew it. Goody Osborne was midwife to me 3 times. I begged you, Thomas, did I not? I begged you not to call Goody Osborne because I feared her. My baby's always shriveled in her hands.
Tituba, you're an instrument of God put into our hands to find and search out the devil's agents. Tituba, do not fear to give us all their names. God will bless you.
Sarah Good and Goody Osborne!
I want the light of God! I want the sweet love of Jesus. I danced for the devil. I saw him. I wrote in his book. But I go back to Jesus. I kiss his hand. I saw Sarah Good with the devil. I saw Goody Osborne with the devil. I saw Richard Fisher with the devil.
I saw George Jacobs with the devil. I saw Goody Howe with the devil.
She's been.
Blessed be this child is free!
I saw Martha Bellows with the devil.
I saw Goody Stewart with the devil. I'll call him out.
Thank you.
Let the marshal bring iron!
Thank you.
I saw Goody Hawkins with the devil. I saw Goody
Thank
Fibber
you,
with the
God.
devil. I saw Goody Burke with the devil.
Thank
What keeps you so late? It's almost dark.
I will plant the fire up to the forest edge.
Oh, you're done then?
Aye, the farm is seeded. Are the boys asleep?
They will be soon.
Pray now for a fair summer.
Indeed.
Are you well?
I am. It is Rabbit.
Oh, is it? In Jonathan's trap?
No. She came in this afternoon. I found her, sitting in the corner, like she came to visit.
Well, that's a good sign. Walking in.
Aye. Pray God. It hurt my heart to strip her, poor rabbit.
It is well seasoned.
I took great care. She's tender.
Aye. I think we will see green fields soon. It's warm as blood beneath the clods.
That's well.
If the crop is good, I'll buy George Jacob's heifer. How will that please you?
Aye, it would.
I mean to please you, Elizabeth.
I know it, John.
Cider?
Aye.
This farm is a continent where you go foot by foot planting seeds in it.
It must be.
You ought to bring some flowers in here.
I forgot. I shall tomorrow.
It is winter in here yet. On Sunday come with me and we will walk the farm together. Never have I seen such a load of flowers on the earth. Lilac has a purple smell. Lilac is the smell of life around here. Massachusetts is a beauty in the spring.
Indeed, it is.
I think you are sad again. Are you?
You come so late. I thought that you'd gone to Salem this afternoon.
Why? I have no business in Salem.
Well, you spoke of going earlier this week.
I thought better of it since.
Well, our Mary Warren's there today.
Why did you let her go? You heard me forbid her go to Salem anymore.
I couldn't stop her.
It is a fault. It is a fault, Elizabeth. You are the mistress here, not Mary Warren.
She frightens all my strength away.
How may that mouse frighten
She'd
you?
be a mouse no more. I forbid her go to Salem, and she raise her chin up like the daughter of a prince and say, I must go to Salem, Goody Proctor. I'm an official of the court.
Court?
Aye.
What court?
Is this a proper court they have now, John? There be 4 judges sent from Boston, and at the head sits the deputy governor of the province.
Why, she be mad.
I to God she were. But there be 14 people in jail now, John.
Well, at least they will never hang.
They'll promise hanging if they'll not confess. Mary Warren spoke of Abigail earlier. I thought she were a saint to hear her name. She says Abigail walks through the crowd of the courts and they part like the sea for Israel. And then they put people in front of her, and if they scream and howl and then fall to the floor, they'll clap them for bewitching her.
Oh, it is a black mischief.
I think you must go to Salem, John. Let you tell them that this is a fraud.
It is, it surely is.
Let you go to Ezekiel Cheever. He knows you well. And tell him what Abigail told you. She told you it were a fraud, did she not?
She did.
God forbid that you keep that from the court, John. I think that they must be told.
Aye, they must. It is a wonder that they do believe her.
Let you go tonight, John.
I will think on it.
I think that you must go, John.
I know I must. I say I will think on it.
Good, then let you think on it.
I am only wondering whether they will believe me, Elizabeth. If the girl is so saint-like now, I find it hard to prove that she be fraud. And with how silly the town has gone. She told it to me in a room alone. I have no proof for it.
You were alone with her.
For a moment, alone I.
Well then it is not as you told me.
For a moment, I say. The others came in soon after.
Do as you will then, John.
Woman, I will not have your suspicion anymore.
John, I have not.
I will not have it.
Then let you not earn it.
Do you doubt me yet?
John, if it were not Abigail that you were to go and hurt now, would you falter? I think not.
Spare me. I have reason to think before I charge fraud on Abigail, and I will think on it. You will not judge your husband more. I have forgotten Abigail, and
I.
Oh, spare me. You forget nothing and forgive nothing. Learn charity, woman. I have gone tiptoeing this house, past since she be gone. I have not gone from there to there without I think to please you. And still an everlasting funeral marches around your heart. I cannot speak, but I am doubting. Every moment judged lies as if I come into a court when I come into this house.
I do not judge you, John. The magistrate that sits in your heart judges you.
I will plead my honesty no more, Elizabeth. I should have brought you down when you first told me of your suspicion. But I have wilted, and like a Christian I confessed. Confessed! Some dream I had must have mistaken you for God that day. But you're not. And let you remember it. The way you speak, your justice would freeze beer. How do you go to Salem when I forbid it. Do you mock me? I will whip you if you leave this house again. Do you understand?
Pray help me not, sir. My insides are shuddering. I'm in the proceedings all day, sir.
And what of these proceedings? When will you proceed to keep this house as you are paid £9 a year to do, and my wife not wholly well?
I made a gift yesterday, Lady Proctor. I had to sit long hours in a chair, and I passed the time of sewing.
Why, thank you. It's a fair poppet.
We must all love each other now, Lady Proctor.
Aye, indeed we must.
I will wake up early in the morning, and I will clean the house. I must sleep now, sir.
Mary, is it true there'll be 14 women in jail?
No, sir. There'll be 39 now.
Why, she's weeping. What ails you, child?
Goody Osborne will hang.
Hang! Hang, you say?
Aye, sir. But not Sarah Good. For Sarah Good confessed, you see.
Confess to what?
That she sometimes wrote her name in Luther's black book, and that Christians must be thrown down and must worship hell forevermore.
But surely you know what a jabberer she is. You must have told the court this.
She tried to choke us in open court, Mr. Proctor.
How choke you?
She sent her spirit out on us.
Mary, surely you...
She tried to kill me many times, Goody Proctor.
Well, I've never heard you mention it before, Mary.
I never knew it before. I never knew anything before. When she come into the court, I say to myself, I must not accuse this woman, for she's so old and sleep in ditches. But then she sit there denying and denying, and I feel a cold mistiness climbing up my back, and the skin on my skull began to creep. And I remember her voice, a screaming voice, and it was my voice. And I remembered everything she'd done to me.
Why? What did she do to you?
So many times, Mr. Proctor, she'd come to this door, begging bread and a cup of cider. And then I turned her away. She mumbled.
Was she my mumble?
What does she mumble, Goody Proctor? You must remember. Last month, a Monday, I think. She mumbled, and I thought my guts would burst 2 days after. Do you remember it?
Well, I think I do, but no.
So I told Judge Heath on that. And he said to her, Goody Osborne, what curse do you mumble that this girl may fall sick? And she replied, no, I say no curse, I say my commandments. I hope I may say my commandments.
That's an upright answer.
Aye, but then Judge Haythorne said, recite for us your commandments. And of all the 10, she could not say a single one. They had her in a flat lie.
And so condemned her.
She condemned herself.
But on what proof? What proof?
The proof is there, as hard as rock.
She will not go to court again, Mary Warren.
I must tell you, sir, I'll be gone every day now. Surprised you do not see what weighty work we do.
What weighty work you do? It is a strange work for a Christian girl to go hanging old women.
Oh, they will not hang if they confess, sir. Sarah Good will sit in jail sometime. And mark this, mark it. Goody Good is pregnant.
Pregnant? Are they mad? The woman is near to 60.
Dr. Good examined her himself. She's full to the brim. And smoking a pipe all these years. You see, sir, it's God's work we do. I'm an official of the court.
I'm an official you!
I'm not sandwiching anymore, sir.
Mary, just promise that you won't go to court
The
anymore.
devil's loose in Salem.
I will whip the devil out of
Save
you!
her life.
I'm accused.
Someone mentioned. But I said I never saw no sign that you sent your spirit upon me. So they dismissed it.
Who accused me?
I cannot say it. But you see, sir, I hope you'll not be so sarcastical anymore.
Go to bed.
I will not go to bed anymore, Mr. Proctor. Are you 18 and a woman, however single?
Do you wish to sit up? Then sit up.
I wish to go to bed.
Good night then.
Good night.
The noose is up.
There will be no noose.
John, she wants me dead. I knew that it would come to this all week.
But you heard them. They have dismissed it.
Yes, and what of tomorrow? She'll repeat this until they take me, John.
Sit you down.
John, she wants me dead, and you know
I
it.
say sit you down. You must be wise now, Elizabeth.
Aye, indeed we must.
Have faith. I will go to Ezekiel Cheap. I will tell him Abigail told me it was all sport.
John, with the amount of people that are in jail, it will take more than Ezekiel Cheever now. I think that you must go to Abigail.
Why? What have I to say to Abigail?
I think you have a faulty understanding of young girls, John. A promise is made in any bed.
What promise?
Silent or spoken, a promise is made. And she will dote on this now. She will keep on until I am dead, and then she will take my place. There are 1,000 names. Why would she call mine? I am no goody-good who sleeps in ditches, and no goody Osborne, drunk and half-witted. I am a farmer's wife. She does not profit from calling my name, John.
She cannot think it.
Do you show her some contempt? She cannot walk past in church without you blushing.
I may blush for my sin.
She sees another meaning in that blush, John.
And what see you? What see you, Elizabeth?
I think you blush for your sin, John, because she is close and I am so near.
Woman, when will you know me? If I was stoned, I would have cracked for shame this past 7 months.
You must go and tell her she is a whore, John. Whatever promise she sees in this, break it! Break it!
Good then, I will go.
Oh, how unwillingly.
I will curse her, hotter than the oldest cinder in hell. But beguile me not my anger.
Your anger, John, I only ask
Do
you...
you truly think I am so base?
I never called you base.
Then why do you charge me with this? With this promise that a stallion gives a mare, I give that girl?
Why do you anger with me when I bid you break it?
Because it speaks deceit! And I am honest. But I see now that your spirit twists around the single arrow of my life, and I will never tear it free.
You'll tear it free when you come to realise I will be your only wife or no wife at all. She has an arrow in you yet, John Proctor, and you know it.
Good evening.
Why, Mr. Hale, come in. Come in.
Thank you. You are Goodwife Proctor.
Hi, Elizabeth.
I hope I did not startle you.
No, it's just that we had no horse.
I hope you're not off to bed quite yet.
No. We are just not used to visitors after dark, but you are welcome here. Will you sit you down, sir?
Yes, I shall. Sit you down, Goodwife Proctor.
Will you drink cider, Mr. Hale?
No, it rebels my stomach, and I have further travelling tonight. I'm not sure if you're aware of this, sir, but your wife, how do I put this, is somewhat mentioned in the court, sir.
Aye. We know it, sir. How Mary Warren told us. We are entirely amazed.
Aye. As you know, I'm a stranger here. And as a stranger, alone in this Christian village, I must go to each Christian house to ask the Christian members of the Christian house some Christian questions. I've recently just come from Rebecca Nurse's house.
Rebecca's charged.
God forbid such a woman be charged, but she is somewhat mentioned.
Sir, you cannot honestly think that a woman such as
Woman,
Rebecca...
it is possible!
But surely, sir, you cannot think it.
These are strange times, sir. Strange times indeed. There is a monstrous attack upon this village.
I have no knowledge in that line. But I find it hard to believe that so pious a woman be secretly a devil's bitch after 70 years of good prayer.
The devil sure is a wily one, sir. If you would permit, sir, may I ask you some Christian questions?
Will you not fear questions?
Aye. It says, sir, within my book of records, that you rarely attend on the Sabbath day, sir.
No, you are mistaken, mister.
7 times in 7 months, sir. I must call that rare.
I never knew I must account to Mr. Paris whether I come to church or not. My wife would not well this winter.
But surely, sir, you could have come on your own.
Aye, I could. And I did when I could. And when I could not, I prayed in this house.
But, sir, your house is not a church. Your theology must tell you that.
Aye, it does. But it also tells me that a minister may pray to God without he have golden candlesticks upon the altar.
Golden candlesticks?
Aye. Ever since we built the meeting house, we had pewter candlesticks upon the altar. Francis Nurse built them, and no sweeter a hand ever did touch the metal. But Paris came. And for 20 weeks he preached nothing but golden candlesticks until he had them. I tell you, sir, I work the day, from dawn of day till blink of night. And when I look up to heaven and see my money glinting at that man's elbows, it hurt my prayer. It hurt my prayer. I sometimes think the man dreams cathedrals, not clapboard meeting houses.
Sir, I think we have possibly been too hard on Mr. Paris. But you can't possibly think that we worship the devil here.
No, I have no suspicion of that. Sir, madam, do you know your 10 Commandments?
Why, of course.
And you, sir? You too?
Why, I am sure I do, sir.
Well then, if you would you please recite them?
The commandment,
Aye, sir.
thou shalt not kill.
Aye.
Thou shalt not steal.
Aye.
Thou shalt not covet thy neighbour's goods, nor give unto thee any graven image. Thou shalt not take the name of the Lord in vain. Thou shalt not worship any other gods before I. Thou shalt remember the Sabbath day and keep it holy. Thou shalt honour thy father and mother. Thou shalt bear no false witness. Thou shalt not give unto thee any graven image.
You have said that twice, sir.
Adultery, John.
Aye. But you see, sir, between the two of us, we do know them all. I think it'd be a small fault.
A small fault, sir. Small fault! Religion is but a fortitude, sir. No small crack must enter it.
We do not go to the devil in this house, sir.
Aye. Is it true you have 3 children?
Aye, boys.
Are all of them baptized, sir?
All but one.
Why?
I do not see it right that Mr. Parris may lay his hand upon my child.
But sir, you have no control who the minister touches and who he does not.
I have no love for Mr. Parris. I will not conceal it.
Very well then. Let your 3 children be baptized on the next Sabbath day. I bless you. Goodwill. I shall be on my way.
Mr. Hale,
Aye.
John, I think you must tell him.
Tell me what?
Will you tell him?
I have no proof, but my word be taken. But I know that the child's sickness had naught to do with witchcraft, sir.
Not to do!
Aye. Mr. Parris discovered them sporting in the woods, sir. The child took a fright, that is all.
Who told you this?
Abigail Williams.
Abigail Williams! Why did you not tell me this before?
I had never thought that the town would be so silly with its nonsense.
Silly! Silly! All these people have confessed it. All these people, all these trusted members of the village have confessed it, and you call them silly!
And why would they not confess if they must hang for denying? There are many who will confess to anything before they will hang. Surely you know this, mister.
I do, sir, I do. Do you fly against the gospel here, sir?
I think that you should ask Abigail Williams about the gospel, sir, not us.
I'm afraid it also tells me, sir, in my book of records, that you do not believe in witchcraft.
I know not what I have said. The Bible speaks of witches, so I cannot deny them. However, I do not think that they come among us now.
But surely, sir, you do believe in witches.
As I said, the Bible speaks of them.
And you, Goody Proctor?
I cannot.
You cannot!
You bewilder him, Elizabeth.
I do not mean to bewilder you, sir. It's just, I can't believe that the devil would take over a woman's soul for so many years. Especially a good and honest woman. I know that I'm a good woman, sir. Therefore, if you think that I'm a witch, I cannot believe in them.
But surely you do believe in the devil.
I cannot, sir.
Aye. I shall take into consideration everything you've said. Thank you, Proctor. Thank you, Goody Proctor. Once again, I shall be on my way.
John,
Giles, what's the matter?
John, they take my wife.
Aye, Cheever, come and take her in his wagon. We've only just now come from the jail, they're not even allowed to see them.
Why was she charged?
For murder she's charged. The most marvellous and supernatural murder of Goody Putnam's babies. What am I to do, Mr. Hale?
I only said she was reading books.
Why was she charged?
Well, she was charged because last year she sold a pig. They taught a pig to George Jacob, and he took her home, and the pig died. So Jacob came dancing back and asked for his money back. My Martha said to him, that if you haven't got the wit to look after that pig, you're not going to live to own many. And then now he's running to the court and saying that Martha's bewitched his pigs because they're all dying and it's because of her bucks.
Good evening to you, Proctor.
Why, Mr. Chief. Good evening.
Good evening, Mr. Hale. Good evening, all.
It's funny how an honest tailor is going to be going to hell.
I'd rather you not be sending me to hell, Giles. I like not the sound of it, Mr. Hale. I like not the sound of it. Now, how heavy with the law, and all its punished I do carry my back tonight, sir. I have a warrant for your wife.
You said she were not charged.
When was she charged?
She was charged this evening. I have 16 warrants, and your wife was one.
Well, who charged her?
Why, Abigail Williams charged her.
Oh, what proof?
Look, I have little time. The court bid me search your house, but I like not to search a house. So could you please hand me any poppets that your wife may keep?
Poppets?
I have kept no poppets since I were a girl, sir.
I spy a poppet, Goody Proctor.
Why this? Well, this is Mary Warren, sir.
Could you care to hand it to me?
Have the court found a text in poppets now, have they?
Do you keep any other poppets in this house?
No, nor this one until this evening. Why? What symbolises a poppet?
A poppet may signify... Woman, can you come with me?
No, she will not. Fetch Mary here.
No, the court forbid me to leave her from my sight.
You will leave her out of sight and out of mind. Fetch Mary here, Elizabeth.
What signifies a poppet here, sir?
Why, poppet signifies... This!
What's there?
It is a needle! That's it! It is a needle, sir!
And what signifies a needle?
Why, the Williams girl, Abigail Williams, sir. She was sitting in Reverend Parris's house tonight, and without word nor warning, she falls like a struck beast, he says, and screamed a scream a bawled weak to hear. And he go to save her. He stuck 2 inches in her flesh, he drew a needle, and demanding how it got there, he testified your wife's familiar spirit, Christian.
She did it herself. I hope you'll not be taking this for proof, mister.
It's hard proof. I find here a pocket that your wife keeps, and stuck in the belly is a needle. I never warranted to cease it proof of hell, but here's calamity.
Here. How did this poppet come into my house?
I brought it in tonight, sir.
It is your poppet, is it not?
Aye, sir.
There, sir. Now you have it.
Sir, what signifies a needle?
A needle signifies... Mary Warren, you've been charged with a cruel murder against Abigail.
I don't charge her on Abigail. Oh
The needle was found inside Abigail Williams' chest.
And she charges me!
Aye.
That girl is murder! She needs to be ripped out of the world!
Ripped out of the world! You hear that? Ripped out of the world!
Out of my house!
Do not touch the warrant, man!
Out of my house!
Proctor! The deputy governor's warrant, man!
Get out!
I think I must go with them.
No, you will not. Out of my house, and you get gone with them.
I think I need to go, John. Mary Warren, there's bread enough for the morning, okay? Make Mr. Proctor his breakfast, as if you were his own. You owe me that, and much more.
Hi.
John, when the children wake, do not tell them how I've gone. It will frighten them. Tell them that I've gone to visit someone sick.
I will come for you. I will come soon.
Come soon, John.
I will fall like an ocean on that court. Fear nothing, Elizabeth.
I will fear nothing.
Do not chain her! Man, do not chain her! Get them off of her! I said...
And yet, silent man, why don't you say anything? Why do you stand dumb?
Proctor! Proctor! I will pay you! I will surely pay you!
I cannot help myself. I must chain them all. Now stay in this house until I'm gone.
Proctor! Out of my sight! Proctor! You are a coward. Although you are ordained in God's own tears, you are a coward now! Proctor!
But the court, if she is cast innocent...
If she is innocent, why may no one think that Paris be innocent? Or Abigail? Is the accuser always holy in this society now? Were they born this morning as clean as God's fingers?
Proctor, have faith. We shall tear down the court together. Please, sir, have faith.
We lost, John.
Leave me, Giles, leave me.
Aye. Let's leave you. See you early in the morning.
Aye, we will speak on it. Speak on it tomorrow.
Mr. Proctor, I'm sure they will bring her home once you've given proper evidence.
You will come with me to the court, Mary Warren. You will tell me everything you have done.
I cannot trust my
You will tell them how that poppet came into my house and how it was made and how the needle was in there.
Have you translated on you, sir?
She has told you.
Aye, sir. She'll bring you down with it, sir.
Good. Then her saintliness is done with. We will slide into our pit together. Hell and heaven may grapple on our backs tonight, but make your peace with it. Peace. It is a providence. We are as we always were in Salem, but naked now. Aye, naked. And God's wind, God's icy wind will blow.